Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, AfterBuzzers, and welcome to another Chasing Life episode. This was Season 1, Episode 14, Cancer Friends with Benefits. My favorite episode. You could probably say why.
Because it's Leo.
Okay. I'm your host, Kristin Strange.
Hey guys, I'm Michelle Phi.
And I'm Heather Cruz.
So before we get into my favorite subject, Leo.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about George and Sara.
Okay.
Because they were a big part of this episode.
They were.
I feel like their storyline has always kind of been underlying, and now they kind of rose to the top.
They rose to the top, but then at the same time, like, it's kind of the end of it for now.
That's true.
Is it
And
really,
it's really
the end of it, though?
Well, that's why I said for now.
Don't know that he's gonna leave.
now.
Something has got to happen.
So what we find out is George accepts a new job with what World Cancer Organization, something.
I can't remember what it
Yeah,
was.
Something like that, heading their pediatric unit, and he is having to move to San Francisco for the job in like less than a week. It sounds
He
like
said he has
Monday.
to be there on
Pretty
Monday.
quick,
Yeah, and I don't know what day it is, but I assume
Well,
it's
we never
Monday.
know what day it is.
So I assume it was like 3 days. I'm just assuming it was like a Thursday.
Sure.
And so he decides to go off and kind of take Sara off guard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the same time, I also feel like she kind of partially pushed him away because in that last episode, she said she didn't want to come out as like a public couple. So I totally understand it totally pushed him to like, you know, there's nothing really for me here.
How dramatic can he be, though? Oh, like, they've been dating for, what, a few episodes
Yeah,
now?
but they
And then it's
know
like, oh, I'm
each
just going to
other.
move across the country. Yeah, but they've been estranged for, like, years.
That's true.
So, it's
know what?
awfully dramatic to just move across the country, okay?
It is.
I feel like, though, it wasn't him going, I'm just going to move across the country, get away from this
guess there was
crazy
more.
woman. It was like, you know, my job has kind of hit its limits, and there's this amazing opportunity, and if there's nothing really here for me to stay for, like my niece seems like she's gonna be okay right now, there's not a relationship that's coming in, so maybe I should go. And it's also like I need to get space then, because how am I gonna get over her if I have to
That's also
stay?
true. I do feel like I can't remember which episode it was, but I do feel like they have, they had a previous relationship before she got married.
Yeah, and
There's
that's what
history.
I've been waiting to hear.
But
more.
they haven't, like, said anything.
No,
yet.
I think
They,
that
like,
that
hinted
will,
at it.
Yeah. I think that will come out. And I liked how Sara in the beginning or like middle of the episode, she's talking to Brenna. Like, how would you feel about me dating? I know I kind of tried.
Yeah.
And she's kind of feeling her out.
I was like, just come out and say it. Like, just say it. We need you to say it right now.
Okay, we have to point out the distraction that they had in their kitchen with that
God.
chef.
Yes.
My goodness.
And I loved how George he wasn't like possessive over her. He was like, you know what? Maybe this is good. She should find happiness with someone else.
Well, I feel like he was being more mature than she
Oh,
was.
definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and then but then in the end, she does come around because she says, you know, maybe we could both be happy if we start new without baggage.
Yeah.
Which was really
course,
depressing.
After he decides to
know.
move across the country.
Well, and when he, like, right before dinner started, he, like, wanted to make that speech. And she looked like she had a look of hope on her. Like, she's like, is he going to come out and say it? Like,
But why?
you need to say it yourself.
Exactly,
Yeah. You need to
exactly.
say
You're
that
the one
yourself.
causing all this
And
drama.
she's the parent.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not the parent. She should be the one to
Yeah.
tell, like, her family and her mother.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, they're all grown-ups. Like,
Yeah.
they'll totally get it. And they love Uncle George.
I know. I don't think that any of them would take it bad.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be an initial, like,
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like,
but,
what the heck?
Yeah.
But they're already a family anyway. It would just be like a natural progression, I feel like.
I honestly think that they would think that that's the best option. We know him. We love him.
Exactly.
And he makes mom happy, so
So would that mean if they did come out and they say they do get married down the road, do they call him dad?
No,
their uncle,
I think
dad,
Uncle George all the time.
Uncle George.
Like even if she married
weird.
Bob, then they're not gonna call him dad or like Daddy
That's
Bob.
true. They're done with
Dad
that.
Bob.
Yeah.
Dad Bob.
It's not like they're like 6 and their dad's not like.
True. You're right.
They don't need to call him.
All right.
Anyways, so then another couple, April and Leo, go on a first date.
Finally.
I know. Finally.
I was so happy the whole time that this was happening.
I'm pretty sure you were grinning like ear to
This was
ear. You're like, it's finally happening.
It's hard to like watch any scenes with him and not be like,
Okay,
Yeah.
we had him in the studio for Christmas. I about died.
Yeah, she sat next to him.
Where was that? What the heck?
I know. Where were you?
We were
I
sitting
was
like
not invited
this.
to the party.
We were sitting like this, like me and Michelle are, and I was like,
Earth to Kristin. Earth to Kristin.
I was
I hope she's
shaking.
not dying right
I was
now.
shaking, and I was getting red, and I was like, I don't know how to react.
I feel like you should just call him again and be like, listen, do you want to come back? Like, you're
love
really
for you to
heating
come
up. Like,
We would love for him to come back. I'll get on that.
yeah, you handle this, okay?
I will.
She did. She actually did handle that.
Well, you
I
need
did.
to handle it again.
I pushed to get him on this show. I called everybody. I was like, we need you.
You're like, this is
here.
happening.
And then it was a nerve-wracking day.
Well, I will say, going back on topic,
we cut off there.
I will say that their relationship really made me think for a while. Like, you know, when we started off the show, Leo was this bad boy.
yeah,
like, he
yeah.
was totally, like, not good for her.
Yeah.
But it, like, made me realize that a lot of people aren't really who they seem. And,
Exactly.
you know, like, yes, you were biased because you did love him before. But, like, I remained unbiased for the most part. And then when we found out Dominic was, like, a jerk and Leo was, like, you know, bringing this good person out of her. So I like.
You know what though? They're both jerks in different. I don't think that Leo's a jerk, but they're both like all guys are jerks.
Of course,
in
you're
different
not
ways.
gonna say Leo
exactly.
is a jerk.
No, Leo has
He's
his
the only
jerky
exception.
moments.
No, but like I don't think that Dominic's a bad guy, and I don't think
either.
that he's a jerk. I think he has jerky moments.
It's just her.
But we'll get. We'll get onto him
we'll get
later.
there.
I feel like when Dominic and April went to that event and they did that interview, like that really was a moment where like, oh, it makes sense that April would gravitate towards Leo more than Dominic because they're both going through like something so similar.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that first then, because I feel like that yeah, I want to talk about that. And one of the things that when they're interviewing the event host, one of the things she said was, sometimes it's harder to connect with people who haven't been through cancer, and that's what I've said from the very beginning about April and Leo. Is of course he's better for her. It's easier for him to connect to him.
But also at the same time in the beginning, Dominic was like, I don't know how I'd deal if I knew someone who had cancer. So obviously, like, he needs to remember that he did say that to her at some point.
Yeah.
But then he totally came as the like knight in shining armor when he found out. Like flew all the way back across the world to be there by her side.
No. He flew all the way across the world to come back and break up with her because she didn't tell him. That is exactly what happened.
He didn't know until he got
there. They weren't even together.
Which makes him even a
They
better
were on
guy.
a break.
That makes
Rachel
him even better because if they were really on a break, he'd been like, oh, my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever, has cancer. Well, I'm just going to stay over here with Daft Punk. Like, no. He was knight in shining armor. I'm still holding out hope. I kind of really like him, although I don't know.
So April and Dominic are assigned to do a work piece together, a cancer benefit concert. So he pairs them together. They're like, this is going to be awkward.
Right.
But I feel like when she first walked into the event, it was kind of normal. It wasn't.
She was trying really hard to make it normal.
And I feel like he wasn't not trying. No, I feel like he wasn't not trying. I feel like he was just.
He was just like. Feeling it out, trying to see what the night was going to be like.
I feel like he didn't go there with the intention of, I'm going to make this suck because I hate her. It was kind of like, okay, this is going to be awkward, I'll deal with it. Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like he is like holding on so much.
But then I feel like they had a nice moment where when she was like, she arranged the meeting with the group coordinator, and he was like, oh, how did you get that? And she was like, oh, I have cancer. And he's like,
joking.
oh, now she tells me. So they were like kind of joking, and I was like, oh, like they're gonna be friends.
Right.
And then he completely butchers the interview with the event coordinator by just cutting her off and being a jerk and making it putting her on the spot.
Making it so personal.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Whew. I understand that he has resentments, but he really needs to get over it.
Yeah.
Like
be
they're
a
at
mature human being,
right.
please.
And you guys are work professionals. Like This is why you don't, first of all, you don't date anyone in the workplace.
I could tell you about that.
Hey, it worked out for me.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not for everyone, but for her especially, and Dominic, like, I couldn't deal with that.
And especially, I mean, she got into that relationship knowing that she had cancer, and it's just like everything's stacked against you. You work together, you have cancer, you're not telling him. Like, there's so many things that are making this really hard.
I feel like, though, she's not really helping the situation because obviously she sees that he's still hurting. It's not just him being mad. Like, he's still, especially after the conversation they had with the person they were interviewing, the event coordinator, like, he really is still, like, hurting, and she just won't tell him at all, like, how she feels. Like, I think it might make him feel better if she was just like, oh, you know, I was upset too. Like, I'm not just this, you know, fly off the handle kind of girl.
She tried to.
I feel like she feels like she has to play it strong, though. After everything,
well, someone has to. My goodness.
She feels like she's the person that has to play it strong for everything, and especially now that she has Leo, she has to play it strong for Leo and for Dominic and for her family. It's like
one of these days, it's just gonna come crashing down on her. She's gonna be so overwhelmed.
Yeah, and so then the event coordinator goes and complains to their boss, which I thought was dumb. Who does that?
That's very unprofessional.
If I was being interviewed by someone and they felt like they had awkward tension, I would just leave it.
Yeah, let it go.
It wasn't like they said I didn't feel like there was anything super, super inappropriate. Like, it was a little uncomfortable of a conversation and maybe not the greatest interview, but I don't feel like... It's not like he was like, oh, yeah, we had sex a million times. Like, it wasn't like he said anything that was, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Got the peace. I mean, it wasn't like they stormed out or anything either. Like, everybody just needs to grow up on this show.
Right?
Learn to take some things, okay?
And then he was like, the boss is like, are you guys dating? What? Calm down.
But he didn't even care. He's just like, is it over? Is it not over? Just deal with it.
He really bothers me.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I don't either. He's really annoying.
He is.
But I did notice one of the things that she said in her interview was that when you're being in love makes your chances of remission higher, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know either. Well, maybe it's because you're happier and you're not really thinking about, like, what if, like, I die the next day, you know?
Well, if you know it's true, tweet us, #ChasingLife, ABTV.
Let us know.
And comment on YouTube and like us on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us all on Twitter. And don't forget to give us 5 stars on iTunes. 5 of them, please.
All 5.
Okay, so now let's go back to April and Leo because that's really what I only want to talk about.
April and Leo had their first
If they had a whole movie about best movie ever. So
how about just a whole movie of just him standing here like this, and then he goes like this.
That would be the best movie.
She would stay here all day for that.
So Leo gets this nurse, Pete.
Love Pete.
The guy from Glee.
I noticed that. Most awkward nurse ever, but he's not like his character in Glee. He's a lot meaner.
He's not like a timid, like he doesn't talk.
I know. I kind of when I saw him, I was like, oh, he's gonna be a good nurse. And then he talks.
A nice one. No, he's like, no, you're sticking to your schedule. I'm like, okay, Pete.
Yeah.
Okay.
So April manages to get him off duty, and they take a little swim in the pool.
Little midnight swim.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was safe.
I know. He like falls in. I'm like, oh great, this is gonna take a turn for the worst.
I was like, this looks bad.
Yeah.
Someone help him. He can't even get undressed. But when he started, I liked that it took him a while.
Of course he did.
It's like as long as the camera's on Leo.
Maybe we shouldn't invite him back.
No, we probably shouldn't. Now that I've met him once, I'm like, oh, well, this time it's on.
He's like, this time I will say something to him.
I know.
Don't say that.
He's the sweetest person, too. When he
really
left,
nice.
I turned to Michelle and I was like, oh, my God, I love him more.
We are getting so off topic.
I just can't stop talking about him. So, luckily, I was really happy when April came out and told Leo about Dominic.
Honesty is the best policy.
And he was cool.
Yeah.
He was cool with it. And then they had a nice little steamy kiss and it seemed like a good first date.
Yeah, it really did. And it's going to progress.
I think it will too.
I think I was a little confused, like, because I feel like April still, I know that Dominic kind of still has sort of a thing for April, at least like some sort of feelings, whether it's hate, love, whatever. But April, like, she's been kind of waffling, but she told Leo, and then she was like but I'd rather be here with you. Like, she's kind of made up her mind.
And I think that she's connected that too, that this is a better relationship for me, at least right now, because there's a high chance that her cancer is going to come back, and you know, they've been through a lot together. And she needs someone who understands her lifestyle and what she's had to go through and everything, and what her family's had to go through. I really want to see that, meet the parents. With
they're so high profile.
I can't imagine.
him meet her parents. They haven't, or her mom.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess they haven't.
Leo hasn't met her mom
No, he hasn't met anyone.
They know. They know about him though.
They do, I think.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like she rarely talks about him. Like, she talks about Dominic more to her mother.
And she talks about Leo to Beth. Like, we saw her talk to Leo with her saying that he's the ultimate mind game.
That was a good,
totally inappropriate.
I know. I was like, that's terrible.
But it was a good mind.
It was.
It was a good pun.
I love them. Any scene that April and Beth are together.
So cute.
Because I feel like I'm their third best friend.
You are.
Basically,
you are.
She just wants to impose herself into
every scene.
And she's just gonna sit
then,
in the corner.
If I did impose myself in every scene, then I would be like, April, dump Leo, because he's in love with me.
Dominic. He's over there.
Speaking of Dominic, he had a little run-in with our favorite character, Natalie.
Yes. Are you being sarcastic?
Oh, Natalie.
You know what? I kind of love her and I kind of hate her.
Same.
Like, she is who she is.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
And I love that about her. She is herself, no apologies. And I love that about her character. She's like strong-willed. But I loved in the beginning, her and April are having drinks together. And I feel like they had a really sweet moment. And I felt like Natalie was being really sincere, saying, you know, like, of course I would do this for you, and I can't believe that this is what would bring us together. And like, they were laughing and bonding and like sister bonding. And I was like, that is sweet.
Yeah, but then April was definitely not excited whatsoever to have her stay.
She wasn't, and it seemed like she was a little caught off guard that she was like hitting on the bartender. And
It's just a totally different lifestyle than April. April's pretty straight and narrow, and this girl is wild.
So April hooks up with the bartender, spends the night.
You mean
Natalie? Yeah. April did not hook up.
April went home.
Natalie hooks up with the bartender, and she misses her flight home.
On
because
purpose.
Intentionally,
she didn't set her alarm, and that's a sign, apparently.
Yeah.
If that
I need to live my life.
I know. If that was my motto, I would. That my sign would be to stay in bed forever
and watch Netflix all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here.
So she decides, I'm just gonna stay. She's gonna move in with the bartender. What's his name? Teague.
Who does that, by the way?
I can't
Who
even remember.
Who has a one night stand and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm just gonna stay here.
She's
and
a convincing lady.
What axe murderer status? Like, seriously,
I know, that's
who does
honestly,
this?
that is what I was worried about the whole time. Not to be a prude, but I was just like, what if he kills you?
I know. Or like shoots you up with something in the middle of the night, or like gives you a, I don't know.
It's so weird. You don't, I mean, like, one night stands, okay, fine, whatever, but you don't move in with the guy after one night.
Yeah.
No. Definitely.
And he gave her a job. Like,
and then he gave,
I
think he just fell in love with her immediately. And like she says, he's clingy.
Right.
So
he was cute too. He needed some speaking lines.
Right?
I don't know.
What? I'm really interested in your type. I feel like it's not our type.
Yeah, who do you like?
I don't think this is something we should be discussing on air, you guys.
She's an Uncle George fan.
You know what? For an older man, he's pretty good looking.
He's pretty fly.
Yeah. I mean, he's a little out of my age range. Just like a few years younger, maybe. But
moving on for the 17th time.
So, luckily, Beth's annoying roommate decides to move out after giving her like a couple days notice. Who does that?
I didn't like her, but I'm glad she
left. I know. I think that
she was meant to be annoying, I feel like.
I think that Beth is glad she left too. She's like, I don't even care. I have to find a roommate at short notice.
As long as it's not you.
As long as you're not here. So of course Natalie moves in. Perfect timing.
I know.
That's not going to blow up in anyone's face.
No, not at all. It was April's idea.
But
so
which I thought was pretty nice, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, she was, like, iffy about her staying, but the fact that she's going to put her in a better situation than ex-murderer bartender.
Right.
Like,
because Natalie said she feels like she has to sleep with him because he's letting her stay there for free. And I was like, no, girl. No, you
leave. leave right now.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to sleep with him. If he's letting you stay there for free and you want to sleep with him, fine. If he's letting you stay there for free and you don't want to sleep with him, you don't have to.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why she didn't just stay at April's house.
Well, she said her mom would freak out, but it's like, how would your mom find
Yeah,
out
exactly.
if you don't
Boston,
tell her?
Florida.
But also,
Right.
that's kind of an uncomfortable... I don't know. If I was her, I wouldn't want to stay there either. That's...
Yeah.
But it's better than axe murderer bartender.
Okay. Yes, it is better than axe
Yeah.
murderer bartender. But at the same time, I feel like if she did stay with them, it would like give her more of an opportunity to get to know them better and be on their good side as opposed to...
she's saving April's life. I think they're already on the good side.
And it seems like she is, in her own way, trying to get to know them. Mm-hmm. You know, in her own Natalie way, she's trying to befriend them. And
or is it more
very
Natalie's...
independent.
Exactly. Is it Natalie's way of just being like, I'm tired of my life. Let me just be a part of your life.
Yeah, that might be it, too. I couldn't really...
I mean, I can see where it could come across as, like, taking advantage of the family. I could see that.
And I don't think she wants to impose, even if she is.
But at least for a couple nights, okay?
Right? Until she finds another place. Or go to a cheap hotel. She said she had money saved up. Go to a cheap hotel. That's better. Anyway, so she is at the end. She's breaking up with her bartender boyfriend after she moves in with Beth. And who does she run into? Dominic.
No, this was me the whole time. No.
Right? When he walked into that bar before I even saw her, I was like, I know it's going to happen. And neither of them know who they are. Mm-hmm. And she decides that she wants him to be her fake Florida boyfriend to make her Boston boyfriend.
Her fake Boston boyfriend.
Her bartender boyfriend off her back.
Right.
So they start making out, and they seem to hit it off. They kind of did have chemistry.
Yeah. I will say...
No.
And he seemed taken with her. He was like,
she's kind of hot. Not gonna lie.
Of course he was, because she's just like April. Like, or she's not just like April, but she
like,
has a lot of the same qualities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as different as they are.
She's just, like, more upfront about it, whereas April is more...
And they share half of their genes,
right.
so
weird.
they look similar.
Ew, this is so weird. No, I do not like this pair at all.
Wait. So if you're saying you don't like that pair, then what is it about Sara and George? Because it's essentially the same thing.
It is the same thing. It's all weird. This show is weird.
Well, I don't think that it's weird with Dominic and Natalie.
I don't think so either.
I mean...
It's awkward.
It's a little bit awkward. It's like adjusting, but it was awkward with Sara and George too. True. It's just an adjustment. And then it's like, I don't know, April's happy with Leo. We saw in this episode, they had a date and it was great. And their relationship has good potential for each other.
I would not want my sister to be dealing with
Half-sister.
I still wouldn't want that.
No, I wouldn't either. But to both of their, like, defenses, neither of them know who the other is.
I know.
It's not like Natalie went out and was like, I'm going to hook up with April's ex-boyfriend. Yeah. And it's not like Dominic went out, like, this is the best way I can hurt her. It's just...
Yeah, it just
they
happened.
found each other.
She's going to find out.
Oh, of course.
And it's going to be
eventually.
weird.
But, and I think... we won't get too far into that. I'll tell you what I think about that later. But I don't know. I think that they could be good for each other. And he just needed another family member.
Opposites attract.
Exactly.
They're total opposites. He seems like a nice person. I'm not saying she doesn't seem like a nice person.
She does. She is
on
deep
the
down.
inside.
Yeah.
I think
she's
she is.
just
more
blunt and harsh. Mm-hmm. And she's not protecting everyone's feelings like April is.
I feel like Boston's a big city and they need to find new friends. And just like Sara needs to hook up with a caterer guy.
Yeah, Boston is a big city. Yeah. Why are they all at that same restaurant?
One restaurant 3 times in this show. Wait, 4.
I was like, I've never been to the same restaurant that many times in 1 week.
Maybe they just really like it.
They do.
Guys.
It's probably
Maybe
got really good food.
Like
I gotta find a place here.
Charles. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I don't like them together. I think it's just asking for trouble.
So
I don't like it.
Well, you need trouble for this show to continue.
Do you guys want to get into some predictions?
Sure. We're like waiting.
Do it. Now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
All right, who wants to start?
I'll start. Okay. So you brought this up earlier, and I'm in full agreement. April is about to have a meltdown. And I think it's going to be next episode because we saw the previews and she finds out that her ex-lover is hanging out, possibly fraternizing with her half-sister. Wait.
Yes.
Ex-lover, half-sister.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which one I said first. And then, all of a sudden, Natalie and Beth, they're roommates now. Now they're BFFs. It's kind of like Natalie's coming in and taking over her old life.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be good. It's not going to be pretty. She's going to shut down.
Or she deserves to have a little meltdown.
Yeah. She needs it.
Yeah.
She needs to let all those emotions out.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I think when you brought this up earlier, I do think that George is still going to leave. Unfortunately.
I do too.
What?
Yeah.
I think he is going to leave.
I think he's going to some past.
I think he's going. Well, they had that dinner for him.
I think he's gonna leave.
Yeah. I mean, he'll come back.
Yeah,
he'll
I don't
come
think
back.
he's gonna leave forever.
Right.
But
I think for the time being, he's going to leave.
Okay.
I think April is going to feel like Natalie is coming in and taking over her old life, but I feel like that's more so April's fault because she's kind of like trying to navigate this new Cancer life of hers. Mm-hmm. So she's like leaving that door open for someone else to take over. So I think Natalie is definitely going to come in and like kind of take over everything. But I don't know if she's going to have a meltdown then or just be like, oh, that's fine. Like I have Leo.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think she'll say that that's fine.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so either.
She still has feelings for Dominic. It's not like she's completely
Exactly.
over him. It's just that she's happy with Leo and he's a better fit for her right now. And she's got lingering feelings, but not enough to act on. And I mean, I don't care what ex-boyfriend. If my sister,
Exactly,
I would be
I'd
upset.
Be really
but
upset.
they are. I do think that they're good for each other.
Yeah.
And I think that I think that there's something there with Natalie and Dominic. I think that they're gonna date or like, I don't know. There's more that with them, and obviously that's gonna be an issue for April. But whatever, April, you dumped Dominic and you're happy, so get over it.
do you guys think before we like finish, do you guys think that April still has feelings for Dominic because they're not completely like they didn't resolve their issues?
Yeah,
you know, like they didn't have closure.
Yeah, and that's they didn't.
It wasn't her. She didn't want to break up with him. She just wanted to be honest with him. Like she just wanted to let him know what was going on, and he was the one who decided that he wasn't going to stick around.
Right.
You know, and so she moved on. But yeah, I mean, like it sucks to get dumped. Like of course there's still feelings there, and the fact she has to see him every single day.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
I will say that I don't really think that there's like smooth sailing for April and Leo. Do you guys?
It seems too easy.
Yeah, right? That's exactly what I thought. I couldn't believe they went on a date. I thought this is too simple.
Yeah.
And Italia kind of hinted to us that it wasn't, that there was, I don't know.
Yeah, where's this other guy?
Yeah, there was supposed to be another guy and...
Well, there will be another guy. Just
later.
Let Leo and April have their fun.
I am, but I don't want them to have it unless it's forever.
It's all or nothing.
Okay, how about this? A prediction for like years from now. When the series actually ends, Leo and April will end up together.
Yes.
That's my long-term prediction.
But could they be together forever though? I mean, they're fun right now, but they're both dealing with all of this right now, and that's kind of the only glue that's holding them together.
You know what? And maybe they are made for each other for right now and not long term. You know, maybe there's someone better. Yeah.
They could grow from whatever it is that they're dealing with now and then grow to be better people and then eventually
it's really only Leo that needs to be a better person. April's pretty on point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he seems changed.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go through something like that.
I mean, he almost died and he's
exactly,
in a coma. So.
Exactly.
You're right.
So, yeah. Do you guys want to tell everyone where they can find you?
Awesome.
Sure. You can find me on Twitter at Heather_Cruz, Instagram, Heather Cruz.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Michelle Phi.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kristin Strange and at Kristin Aubrey Strange. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you tune in next week and don't forget to comment and tweet us.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.